Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready for another deep dive?
I know I am, especially with all this new FR Season 3 intel. It's going to be huge.
You said it. So, to everyone out there getting ready for the premiere, we are breaking down all the latest fan theories and sneak peeks to make sure you don't miss a single thing this season.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack for sure.
Let's jump right in. The episode 1 synopsis tells us winter is hitting FR hard. And I don't just mean the weather. Remember that cliffhanger we were left with?
Oh yeah, food running out, the Macias is making their move,
Yeah.
taking over Mrs. Lou's house like that. Not good.
And to think, she was being so kind, offering up her place for the remaining food.
Yeah, Tectal Pagado is saying things are about to get a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
They've got a photo of a desperate crowd practically banging down Mrs. Lou's door demanding food.
Wow, they're going straight to the source now, huh? This really shows how desperate things are getting.
And it's about to cause even more problems. Even Randall, Mr. Lone Wolf himself, steals a goat from the barn, putting him right at odds with Boyd.
Wait, Randall? Stealing? That doesn't sound like him. I thought he was all about self-sufficiency.
Exactly. It shows just how much pressure everyone's under. Even someone like Randall has started to crack.
Talk about adding fuel to the fire. The town's barely holding it together, and now you've got this on top of everything else. What about Boyd? How's he handling this? Can he even keep things under control?
Good question. That's going to be a major part of this season, I think. His authority's already shaky, and with Randall defying him like this, it's not looking good for Boyd.
And meanwhile, Jin and Kenny are off on their supply run, right? What's
Yeah.
the latest on that?
Right. Looks like they found a decent stash. Texto Pagado released photos of them with backpacks full of carrots.
Smart. While everyone else is fighting over scraps, they're thinking ahead.
But here's where things get really interesting. They ran into those creepy muñecos again.
Yeah.
And to make things even weirder, they stumbled across something totally unexpected.
Don't tell me. They found another way out of town.
Not quite, but it might be just as important. They found ancient stone houses.
Ancient stone houses. Hold on. Where did those come from? Nobody's ever mentioned those before.
Right. This is brand new information, and it could change everything we thought we knew about FR. Yeah, those stone houses, I have a feeling we'll be talking about those a lot more. But Jin and Kenny's little expedition? Yeah, that might have taken a turn for the worse.
You don't think? They were caught in that monster attack, were they? The one Texto Pagado hinted at.
Ding, ding, ding. And get this. The monsters pulled out all the stops this time. Instead of just, attacking head-on, they got strategic. Released all the farm animals into the town.
To cause a distraction, that's actually pretty clever. Talk about wreaking havoc.
Right. And remember Donna's warning from the trailer. She said bringing those animals inside would mean death for someone.
Oh, God, no. You don't think it's... It can't be Mrs. Lou, can it?
I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good. Texto Pagado is definitely hinting that this is it for her. They even mentioned a funeral scene in the church.
This is so sad. But it makes sense, right? I mean, with everything going on, the pressure, she was in an impossible position.
Classic FR, right.
Absolutely. Speaking of impossible situations, what about Tabitha? Any updates on her escape from the hospital?
Oh yeah, that's where things take another wild turn. Texto Pagado is playing this one close to the chest, but based on the photos, let's just say it was less of a discharge and more of a full-on flight.
Yeah, who gets a peaceful discharge in FR, right? But seriously, where can she even go? It's not like there's a bus schedule out of there.
That's what we're all dying to know. Guess we'll have to wait for the premiere to see where she ends up and who helps her get there.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got a town on the verge of collapse, a desperate search for food, a seriously strategic monster attack, a potential major character death. Anything else we're missing?
Oh, just one tiny thing. While all this is happening, Jade's holed up in the old sheriff's office, trying to make sense of those visions he had. And guess what he finds?
Come on, don't leave me hanging. What is it? Did he find the secret to getting out of FR? A map? A magical monster-zapping weapon?
If only. No, it's something a lot more symbolic. He finds that bottle of whiskey. The one Boyd and Father Catry shared back in season 1.
Wait, seriously? That bottle is still around after all this time? Okay, that can't be a coincidence. The writers are definitely up to something.
Right. It might be nothing, but remember what happened after they took a swig from that thing?
Mhm.
It was like FR turned up the weirdness factor to 11.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Nothing in FR is ever random. This is why I love deep dives. So much to think about. And speaking of things to think about, we still haven't gotten to those Jeremy Ice and Fire sneak peeks, have we?
Not yet. And believe me, you do not want to miss this. These clips are next level. Stuff that wasn't even in the trailers, you know what I mean?
Okay, You've officially piqued my interest. Don't hold out on us any longer. What did you find?
All right. All right. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Okay, deep divers, we are back. No more teasing. What did you find in those Jeremy Eisenfire clips? Spill the tea.
Buckle up, because you're not ready for this. First of all, remember how we were all wondering how Boyd survived that attack in the barn?
Absolutely. I mean, I really thought that was it for him.
Right. Well, one of the clips shows Jade confronting him point blank, like, how are you even alive right now?
Oh, snap!
Yeah.
Does he answer? Is there like a secret underground bunker we don't know about? Or maybe did he, like, I don't know, make a deal with the monsters or something?
Okay, now that's a theory I haven't heard before. Sadly, no, the clip cuts off before we get an explanation. But it highlights something crucial. Everyone's thinking the same thing. He's lost their trust, and when you're trying to lead a community that's already hanging by a thread, that's bad news for Boyd.
Yeah, surviving might have actually made things worse for him, especially if he can't explain how he did it.
Exactly. And speaking of things that defy explanation, remember all that talk about the strange weather in FR? Well, strap in, because it gets weirder. One clip shows Victor having this conversation with Sarah, and he's like, it's snowing. And she's like, what? And he goes, it never snows here.
Wait, hold on. What? It's never snowed in FR, ever.
Never, according to Victor. And let's be real, he seems to know what's up when it comes to the weird stuff.
Okay, so this isn't just some random weather event. It's like symbolic, right? Something big is changing.
Right, like the rules of FR itself are being rewritten.
Okay, I am officially creeped out. But we've got to get back to Tabitha. Where does she end up? Any sign of her in the clips?
We do see her escape from the hospital. And there's a glimpse of Ian and Julie's close call with that elderly monster, the one who steals happy memories.
Oof, don't remind me. I was trying to forget about her. Okay, but back to Tabitha.
So, get this, Randall to the rescue. Remember how they stole that bus last season? Well, one of the clips shows Randall opening the bus doors for them, like he's helping them escape.
No way. Randall's actually stepping up. Maybe there's hope for him yet. But are they really safe?
That, my friend, is the million-dollar question. Because FR is not done with them yet.
Yeah.
And neither are those music box-loving kids.
Oh no, you're going to tell me Randall gets pulled back in, aren't you?
One image shows him surrounded by the monsters. And his eyes, they've got that same eerie blue glow. He's under their control.
This is awful. I thought he was going to be the one to break free.
It's FR. No one is safe. Which brings us to the biggest reveal of them all. The one that changes everything.
Okay, lay it on me.
The boy in white. He's back.
Yeah, no surprise there. Figured he'd make an appearance. Where is he this time? Lurking in the shadows?
He's outside of FR.
Wait, what?
Just standing on this road.
Huh?
A car drives by like it's the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah.
And Tabitha, she sees him from the bus window.
The boy in white. Outside the town. But how? What does it even mean?
That right there is a question, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he can leave, does that mean everyone else can too? Or is this something else entirely?
I've got chills. This season is going to be insane.
Insane, terrifying, and completely mind-blowing. It's FR. What else would it be?
To all you deep divers out there, get ready, because Season 3 is going to change everything. We'll be back next week with a breakdown of the premiere, so until then, keep those theories coming.
And remember, in FR, trust no one, not even yourself.